man, the world run was dope. It was so super fun. It was like we were like casting golf. And he sinks it.
Sinks it first. Absolutely crazy. The tension at the end whenever they realized that they needed to make that last jump was just awesome to feel. The crowd was feeling it too when you made it towards that last one. When they finally made it through that last tire, or making their bounce all the way through, just like flying through the sky for that last coin. It felt good. It's got to feel good for these guys.
Yeah, and I think, too, being able to just, like, key in on different players, right? It wasn't like it was 4 Turtle. We saw in that first run was dumpstering everybody else. Then it was like next game, there was different people that were really showing up. Even that last game, right? Scissors, the straight back-to-back just crushed 3 or 4 obstacles in a row. It was insane. But for now, let's go ahead and send it over onto the deck with Pookieface. She's standing by with the Sunshine Soldiers. So, Pooks, what you got?
Hello, Zeke. I am down here with the Sunshine Soldiers. They're the most adorable team, in my opinion. They are coming from all corners of the globe. They've come here to compete today. Now, so far, you guys have, you know, there have been a couple of struggles, but the day isn't over. We still have the remixes coming up, so keep that in mind. Do you guys have a new strategy going into the remix?
That's top secret. Hidden information.
Information, that's it. And you, coming all the way from Spain, it's so lovely to have you here, Daniel. What has it been like to...
I'm actually from Mexico, not Spain.
From Mexico, sorry, from Mexico. What has it been like to be a captain of your team for the Creative Cup?
Yo amo a estos chicos, en verdad creo que no puede tener mejor equipo, estoy demasiado contenta de tenerlos conmigo y estoy súper feliz por la experiencia.
I feel really happy. I couldn't have a better team, and I'm super excited about this experience.
That's incredible. We love having you here. Thank you so much. And I'm going to come over here and talk to you super quickly. Now, you're one of our youngest competitors. So being here, seeing all of your idols today, that has to be exciting. You know, when you told your family that you were coming here to compete at the Fortnite Creative World Cup, what did they say?
They were just super happy for me, and they're like really excited, and yeah.
Do you want to keep competing in these massive Fortnite events? Do you love this?
Yeah, it's really good.
And we're here just essentially. So how does that feel? Is that a lot of pressure?
Yeah, there is a lot of pressure, and it feels amazing. Even though there's the pressure, it also feels great.
Well, you guys are doing an incredible job. Best of luck to you in the remixes. Gonna throw it right back over to the casters.
Man, Pooks, you are not lying. They are adorable. They're all so happy to be here. You love to see it. Man, the Sunshine Soldiers again. Mad props to them for coming in with that 6:23 time in the last set of that match there. Again, though, 6 different teams, all with 30 coins. What does that mean for the standings?
That means basically it's anybody's game, right? That just means anybody can take this because everybody really was pushing the pace. Everybody was making sure that they were in towards the top. It was basically shaken up from top to bottom, except maybe the top 3, right?
Yeah.
Raven's Revenge, Funky Fighters, Fish Fam, all these guys completed their runs and placed highly in the other ones. So I think that they have a good opportunity here, but still, anybody's game, just like you said.
Yeah, I mean, for sure, we have to look at things like Raven's Revenge, right? They had fast, they were 29th in their first game at 29 coins coming in first. They had a second place as well, and then they managed to get themselves to 6:36 time. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of these replays that we kind of watch over the course of these games. This one specifically is coming out of the Sunshine Soldiers. They did, in fact, win this last match here. But again, just look at Stewart. Look at the precision again. The leap of faith. You know, it's crazy because, like, in just looking at it, you're like, that doesn't seem so bad.
It's so
but
difficult.
it's insanely difficult, the precision jumps you need to make.
To maneuver yourself through that, he actually made that in one hop. Everybody else was stopping before that. He went all the way to the tire.
Yeah, good.
And jumped over. The reactions there in the background from that team. Absolutely incredible performance to come out on top in that one. Just perfect execution on that last one.
Yeah, for sure. Especially when these precision jumps, these tight jumps like the one around the wall that you can't even see. You just have to know in your head, I know where I'm going to land when I come around this corner, because it's not something you have eyes on. And once he's been able to do it, he's like, okay, I know the jump that I need to make every single time. But ladies and gentlemen, you guys got to get ready because we're coming down here to the wire. We are very close to knowing who are the set winners from the World Run. Everyone gave it their all. Man, did they show up huge? I'm not disappointed. That was so much fun to watch, especially coming off of Sky Station to then Junkyard Juke to this. Just 3 almost completely different creative game types we got to see today.
Yeah, we're putting them through the ringer. They have to do all sorts of things. They have to show off how versatile they are. And in the World Run, they showed it. All the teams who did compete and play in the World Run to qualify for here ended up showing off really well. Obviously, the Fish Fam with Scissors and company, they had probably one of the most difficult elimination runs ever.
Yeah.
So clutch to be able to perform here. I think we have the standings. I think we have the winners of the set. It's gonna be Fish Fam!
Congratulations to the Fish Fam. Look at them. They just want to get back in. They're not even ready to celebrate. They are the winners. They're of the World Run, and there he is. Fish Stick is walking out with the Silver Llama, ready to present his team this coveted. Look at this thing. It's so shiny. All right, I'm going to go down there and steal this, actually. I want this. I mean, anyway, there you are. The Fish Fam are being presented with the Silver Llama. Look, they're like, yeah, baby, let's go. We got that.
That's ours. Well, congratulations, guys. There's the Silver Llama for them. But all focus for them is on to the next matches, because we've got a couple more to go, and it's not over yet. We've got your remixes coming up next. We've got your Golden Games.
Now, first, hold on, Ball. Let's take a look at the standings. I think first, after that last set, look at this. Fish Fam come out on top. Going out of tiebreakers, they are the ones that are victorious, and they walk away with the Silver Llama. But the Ravens Revenge, man, they were putting in a lot of work there, also getting themselves some prize money as well. Sunshine Soldiers there in third, and then the list goes on again. Keep an eye on those Silver Llamas. These are the guys that are in contention for that final prize pool. Now, if you're one of these teams with the Silver Llamas, you need to secure the Gold Llama, because that is going to come. That's going to be the ultimate tiebreaker. If your team has that Gold Llama, you walk away with the win, especially because it's kind of divvied up amongst other teams.
Yeah, the Golden Llama being that ultimate tiebreaker. So the next team to claim it, the first team to claim it, as we see the Fish Fam with their Silver Llama, the first team, the only team to claim the Golden Llama is going to walk away as the champions here.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, look, you kind of teased it a little bit. What are these remixes things that we're kind of talking about? You know, what does that mean for the games? Don't even worry. We got you guys covered. We're going to break it all down for you. So, remixes. We're basically going to go back through and play a match of every single match type.
Yep.
But there's going to be something different about them. So, starting with Sky Station Showdown, the remix for that is that all players can earn points, not just your sword bearer. That is going to be playing a big factor. We've also upped the typical 1,000 points needed up to 3,000. Bala, we've also got Junkyard Juke. Do you want to talk about that one?
Absolutely. In Junkyard Juke, we're going to be playing it again, but you can only use large props. So it might look a little bit silly, but what it means is that it's going to be all the more difficult to score. But at the same time, each large prop is worth 10, so we're not going to see those, small increments between each other. So leads can get large, or they can just stay very small because it's so difficult.
Yeah, for sure. And finally, we're going to hit the World Run one more time. But the remix is that players do not respawn. That's right. They're going to have one life.
Brutal. That is so hard. We saw how many people struggled, even, to get past that first couple obstacles. So difficult. If they have one life, it's going to be so difficult. But we are going to be hopping into the first game of the Golden Games at Sky Station Showdown with a remix that everybody can earn points. Here we go.
3, 2, 1. Or your team can accrue points. This also
because a lot of players took it very slow. The Fish Fam tried to contain the 1 point. Same thing with the Little Whip Warriors. Same thing with also the Cuddle Crew. But we also had the Llama Record Company all trying to vie and really push for that center point when it opened up. Right now, the initial control point fights are going down. Ravens Revenge has got one. Sunshine Soldiers have gotten one. And the Funky Fighters as well, but not before getting contested. Here's all the second wave.
Blood going in, going to start swinging the sword. Can he chop them up? Danyan instead says, not today, friends. You have all been eliminated. Gonna shut down one there as well. Bensor gonna be shut down. And you got the Llama Record Company like, hey, what's going on up here? Nope, Danyan is prepared. She saw you coming. She heard the DJ scratches. Back to the island you go.
And remember, it does accumulate no matter who is on the point, and also it stacks. So all 4 players are able to grab and stay inside the point. So you'll see at sometimes 12 points at a time going through for a team if all 4 members of their squad are on the point.
Right, Ninja racking up eliminations and will be picked up there. The Team VIP being eliminated. So this is going to drastically change the way you approach these things, right? For example, if you decide to go in an assault another team, especially if you can get that surprise angle and you eliminate all of them, you by yourself can actually lock down that point for any amount of time to start racking up points. So you can look to contest, you can look to leave a team behind, you can break up into groups. There's so many different things, so many different variables to keep in mind as we move through this.
Already some innovation here from the Llama Record Company and a couple of other teams. They're hiding a couple people inside of cones so that they will continue to contest. But I think in this mode, it might be more viable to just stay and all fight at the same time. Nobody hiding at all. And we'll see too. It kind of lends a little bit more credence to the strategy that people were employing in the first set of games when they first played the Sky Station Showdown. They would have somebody go off and try to clear a point or at least take out their sword bearer. Yeah. But if they do that this time and they manage to clear out a point, they're now going to be accruing on both sides.
Yeah, and that's going to make a massive difference, right? Like, let's take a look at Raven's Revenge. They're sitting on 564 points, double of Little Whip Warriors, but they're still racking up the points right now. Ninja going to go ahead and slap Chappie back to the island. Gotaga here wants a cut of the action. It's not enough, but look, Magma also jumps into the fray. Ninja needs to get out of there, or he's going to be eliminated. Use the walls. I like this, but you do not have the HP to try and make this work. A 25. He drops Magma down based on that little jump, and look at this. Magma's like, no, friend.
You get him. Kaz comes in the back. But at the same time, another player comes through and Ninja goes down. And the Raven's Revenge are holding on all corners. I don't see them controlling any one single point. Here's the Cuddle Crew now in second place. They're in a battle with the Funky Fighters. This is important for everybody. The Fish Fam joining the fray as well. I think the Fish Fam may have overrun. Their School of Fish are taking out the Funky Fighters at last, but no, Suzu gets taken out too. The Cuddle Crew is going to abandon the point and maybe come right back. Suzu finally does control.
A brief moment, but not too long later, Tomoya says, hello, I would like the red point, please. And now we've got the Fish Fam over here. Suzu is by himself. He's got a bunch of eliminations. The ball of the Cuddle Crew is coming out. They're trying to wreck him. He picks off Sandy, but unfortunately, he does fall as well.
That was terrifying. They all came over the ramp at the same time. If you're just joining us here, don't forget we did increase the score limit up to 3,000. So if you're wondering, the Raven Revenge, they still got a ways to go, even though they are in the lead as it stands. I'm also keeping my eye out on the Llama Record Company. They're down at 300-ish points. They're going to claim 300 right now. And what they do, they always wait until the last moment, until that D point, the last point that opens up in the center, and they make a concerted push. I think that may be very, very strong, because in the first couple of games, as the Fish Fam, or as the Little Whip Warriors trying to make a push here, they're gonna get shut down. The first couple of games, they just controlled, and every single person was on that D point at the same time. They built their entire base out at the perfect moment. They were waiting for the time to pounce on that last point. Still 2 minutes until that starts to spawn.
Oh, he's gonna launch the Little Whip Warrior. He is in fact gonna shut down Taco. Look at this across the way. Magma gets picked off, and the Little Whip Warriors are back on the green point. Dude, I'm very curious to see what happens when that middle point opens up, because don't forget, it's 12 points per player of your squad on that point if you're uncontested. So you could very well see an entire squad say, the moment that's ready, jump down. We're just going to try and get a massive influx of like 48 points.
Could happen every single second down there. It's going to net you back, so it has to be put to an end immediately. It seems that this point right here keeps getting under contention by like multiple teams. The Fish Fam, Funky Fighters, and of course the Cuddle Crew who get cleaned out. So they're not earning anything really from all fighting at the same time. One team ends up coming out on top, but then it all happens again. So maybe some timing issues here in terms of synchronizing the push on this point specifically.
Yeah, I mean, this gets way more hectic when anyone can score points, right? And the Fishman have been doing a great job sticking together, going in as pairs, duos, if you will, and trying to shut everyone down, but that's only going to get you so far.
It kind of breaks down, too, when everybody can score, because there's so much that more important. If you're by yourself to stay on the point, in the previous iterations, if you're by yourself, you get off the point, because you can't even score.
But now you have to stick around. Look at the slaps coming out. Lachlan does take out Scissors, but does fall as well. Now Clytex is just trying to get back into the fray, get himself those height with the impulses. And now don't forget, they have a limited number of builds. It's about 100, I believe. But right now, man, you just need to be turning your attention left and right, trying to eliminate as many players as you possibly can. This remix is shaking the very foundation of this mode. And Clytex goes in, he's going to start trying to take him down. Did not go his way, though.
This is what I'm talking about. Finally, the Fish Fam control this point that the Keta crew and Funky Fighters were fighting for so hard. And they control it with all 4 players, so you could see their score rising significantly every second there. At the same time, the Llama Record Company with an evenly timed push as well, but Rubius comes in. Chicken Champions take out 1, but I don't think that's going to be enough. I think the Llama Record Company, no, they don't hold. Or do they?
Or do they? That is the question. It looks like, unfortunately, the answer is no, as the Chicken Champions are rolling in on the Sunshine Soldiers. Attacks are going off left and right, but Danyan is just it's just not falling. Just keeps eliminating left and right, getting a little bit of that side thing.
The timing of that push that took out the Llama Record Company might have actually worked out in their favor, because they're all going to respawn together. 5 seconds for this D point to spawn. You can already see they're hunting. Hand of Blood, Rubius, Carnifex, they're all going for it because they know the importance. If they can all stand in there at the same time, all the impulses come through before anybody can even build a base, build some protection against them. It's pure chaos down here on the D point.
And look, if you're another team on the outside looking in, as all these players are just jumping in for that center point, you do what Gotaga's doing. Let them all fight it out. Let's just sit on the point. No one seems to be paying attention to the fact that we're about halfway through what we need to win. Let them all fight it out. Don't make any sudden moves, right? Don't be the distraction to have to go, oh wait, there is a point up there. We need to go get those guys.
I love what they did just there. They forced the 1 player there, but hold on, the Funky Fighters are all in. They have a base. There's no impulse. They are climbing the leaderboard hard. They're at 3rd right now. They're going to overtake 2nd. If this does not get shut down soon, the Ravens' revenge may have trouble looming.
And look at this, Llama Record Company, Hand of Blood is trying his hand and slaying these players, but it does not go his way. And Tomoya comes in. No Llama Record Company. They stay strong. They're still racking up the points. Scissor says, no, friends. This is not allowed. You cannot continue to do this. Clytex also wants in on this as well. And Scissors meets an untimely end.
Meanwhile, the Ravens' revenge have not stopped climbing points. If they have 4 members up here, it's about even to 1 player on to that D point. So just continuing to stay there. Finally, the Little Whip Warriors, Ninja, and crew are going to clean that up and put an end to it just before they hit 2,000. But on the other side, Chicken Champions are looming. They have 4 players on a single point, not the angle point in the center. See what's going on with them. They're all lurking. I don't think anybody really is too worried about them, but you know, with all 4 players here, it could all of a sudden become a nuisance.
Back down on that center point. You got Hand of Blood trying his hand again. Did not go his way. Kotu is here though for the Funky Fighters. He was able to rack up a small amount of points, but still, every little point you can gather is going to make a difference going in the end. And look, Gotaga and Ravens Revenge are back on the point, but so are the Funky Fighters. There was 3 for just a moment. Chaos is down, just breaking out down on the center point right now, Bala.
What is this? Literally every single sword bearer and almost every single player here from the Llama Record Company is using those tactical shotguns and getting in. But again, the Ravens Revenge are on point with 4 players, just shooting down, throwing impulses where they can, and just making sure they're accruing all those points. Meanwhile, the D point, nobody has gotten anywhere since the Funky Fighters were left there for so long. It all depends how this all unfolds. Hold on, they're trying to get a base. I think they might finally break through. No, they lose and trade off evenly every single time.
4 minutes left on that timer involved. These guys have been uncontested. It's just now that the Little Whip Warriors want to try and make the push. But look at Gotaga. He's literally just slicing through all these ice cream cones. I was going to try and say a hot knife through butter, but this is ice cream. It doesn't quite work that way.
It's crazy how nobody except the Little Whip Warriors are trying to contest the Ravens' revenge right now. They are sitting on the point by themselves with 4. But again, the Funky Fighters in the center with 4 players. They are not even making any noise. They're not showing that there's anybody there. They are rising so fast. Finally, Ford Turtle comes in. He spots them out, but that's not going to be enough. They shut him down immediately. They're still on the point.
They need to box this up. They need to bunker down. Look at this. They just overturned the first spot. Someone needs to do something about this.
Guys,
they're taking up again. You have to go in the center. They get it. Oh, my God.
Funky Fighters again take the win here on Sky Station Showdown, the first match of the Golden Games. And that is a huge victory leading into the rest of these.
Just unbelievable. For so long, Gotaga and Ravens Revenge sat on the green point completely uncontested. And then for a moment, everyone forgets about the center point, and that's enough for all.
Circle and win.
Just win. I love it. It's so easy. It's such a great concept. You know, we talk about it all day, all of these things we break down, but at the end of the day, you just got to win. Back to you guys at the desk.
Pookie with the most insightful knowledge you'll ever need in your entire life. It doesn't matter if you can just win.
Just win.
I'm doing it wrong. I'm doing it wrong.
You're winning.
I'm trying.
We're
doing
all
the
winning
best I
here
can.
at the World Cup.
We all are, in fact. But so are these players that have taken the stage. Now, don't forget, those llamas are going to be playing a big factor in how the final $1 million prize pool is divvied out. And perfectly, actually. Right now, it's a three-way tie. Yep. All right, and that's something we need to take a look at with those standings, just to give you the refresher. So, Funky Fighters, Fishman, and the Chicken Champions all have that silver llama. Now, don't forget, every single match they play, they're also walking away with the prize pool that they're splitting 4 ways. That part's awesome. But man, that extra $1 million prize pool at the end will be huge. So either the Funky Fighters, Fish Fam, or Chicken Champions need to win that Golden Llama for one of them to win, or if you're on the outside looking in, you just want that Gold Llama. Because if you win that Llama, that means you and your team actually win that pot.
Yep. You win the $1 million final prize for the Creative World Cup. So all is on the line right now. Those prizings, as they shake up into the next sets, are going to be so crucial to keep an eye out. The Funky Fighters taking a good first lead. Yeah. It's not enough. We've seen it time and time again. These first matches of the set. If people who win the first game don't end up coming through all the way at the end. So they have to have a consistently good performance. Duke, and then in the next game too. Right. They're all golden.
Golden games, not the Golden Boys, just the Golden Games. I love you, buddy. Now, don't forget, if you guys are watching and maybe this is the first time you're tuning in, don't forget you can watch also at Fortnite.com/watch. If you're watching in-game, you can do that as well. If you go to Fortnite.com/watch, you can actually kind of hone in on a specific. There's 10 different feeds to take a look at. If you say, like, you know what, I'm all about the Fish Fam, I'm just going to watch their perspective. You can do that. Head on over to Fortnite.com/watch. Here are a breakdown of your feeds right there on screen.
It's an incredible new feature. I love to use it. I checked it out on my phone earlier. And just unbelievable, seriously. To see all the different POVs, to see the first and second place POVs, and then all... This. It's the Little Whip Warriors on the bottom level. They're clearing out the house right now. They're making sure nobody is approaching. Only 4 teams have scored right now.
Trying to find people. That there was definitely someone back there. There's not supposed to be 3 trucks back there, I don't think. But you know, in playing this, the best way to kind of go about this is every time those blinds come up, you want to instant reload right then on the spot. Yes, you can try to make blind fires. Unless you're certain, you're like, no, I know where my crosshair is. That's a player. Take the shot. Absolutely. Well, those blinds come up, you want to reload. You want to have as many shots as possible before that next, I guess, shade comes back up, right?
The Raven's Revenge beating the other guards, by the way. Nice shot there from Taldak. Yeah, you mentioned when the blinds, I'm calling it the black, when the black comes up, take the time to reload and make sure you're taking the time like Taldak to stop and try to remember exactly what you saw. Don't move your POV, don't move your camera at all. As you try to recognize exactly what changed, you've got to use the uptime of your vision to take as many shots as possible to clear out what you think is possibly a prop. That player came from below. One of those springboards. Yuzi forward stand as well. They're all going with the targets. Yuzi gets in just barely because Calzak missed his shot.
Man, this is really good for the Fighters. They've taken themselves a nice early lead. It's only 20 points, nothing substantial yet, but if they can do this every single round, again, ahead of the pack, and the only 3 teams behind them, Fish Fam, Cover Crew, and the Chicken Champions. And look, time is done. That's it, so don't forget,